Good morning, I'm James Gruber and welcome to the Morning Report for Thursday the 26th of March. Well, it seems the doubters about the US 15-point peace plan for Iran are slowly coming around. Iran says it considers the US proposal excessive and has demanded Tehran's sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. A senior Iranian official says talks could be held in Pakistan or Turkey if they go ahead. The comments are among rare signs that Iran might consider diplomatic proposals despite denying any negotiations in public. In short, there appears to be progress towards a ceasefire, and markets welcomed that. Let's take a deeper look at what's happened with Aussie futures, commodities and currencies. The ASX is poised to open higher, with index futures up 0.3%. As for the ASX 200 yesterday, it closed nearly 2% higher to 8,534. It was helped by softer than expected inflation data and optimism about the Middle East. Annual inflation edged down to 3.7% in February from 3.8% the previous month. Despite the better than expected figures, money market swaps are still pricing in a 64% chance of the RBA lifting rates by another 25 basis points in May. Moving to commodities, global oil prices slid on Wednesday on the progress towards a ceasefire. Brent crude settled 2.2% lower to $102.22 a barrel. Base metal prices were mixed on Wednesday. Copper futures gained 2% on talk of an Iran ceasefire and firmer demand from China. Meanwhile, aluminium futures treaded water, down 0.1%. Gold futures jumped on Wednesday, buoyed by a drop in oil prices that eased inflation worries. The futures settled up 3.4% to $4,552 an ounce. Iron ore futures were largely unmoved on the day, down 0.1% to $106.02 a tonne. Let's turn to currencies. The Aussie dollar was last trading down 0.7% to 69.48 US cents, as currency traders were sceptical about a de-escalation in the Iran war. Let's go back a step to see how Wall Street and other world markets did. The Dow Jones Index ended up 0.7%, the S&P 500 was 0.5% higher, while the Nasdaq Index advanced 0.8%. Let's take a closer look at the trading day there. Wall Street rose on Wednesday as prospects of a de-escalation in the Middle East conflict allayed some fears around prolonged energy supply disruptions and lifted investor sentiment. 9 of the 11 sectors on the S&P 500 were higher, barring real estate and energy. US-listed shares of ARM jumped 21% after the company unveiled a new AI data center chip that's expected to bring billions of dollars in revenue. Other chip makers also moved higher, with Intel and Marvell Technology up 7%, while Nvidia rose 2%. Destiny Tech 100 surged 15%, after a report that SpaceX aims to file its IPO prospectus as soon as this week. SpaceX is the fund's largest equity holding. Other space companies also rose, with Rocket Lab and Intuitive Machines adding 10% and 15% respectively. With oil prices down, cruise operators, including Norwegian Cruise Line, gained 2.9%. Among other movers, US-listed shares of JD.com and Alibaba gained 5% and 3.5% respectively, after Chinese state media and the regulator urged the food delivery platform industry to end a bleeding price war. Robinhood markets added 5% after the trading platform announced a new $1.5 billion share buyback program. US government bond yields fell sharply on Wednesday on reports of progress in peace talks. The US 10-year Treasury yield was down 7 points to 4.32%, while the US 2-year Treasury yield was 5 points lower to 3.89%. To the European markets, both the continent-wide FTSE Euro First 300 index and the UK FTSE 100 finished 1.4% higher. Europe rose on expectations of an imminent de-escalation in the Middle East conflict. though there were concerns about the war's economic impact, and that kept traders on edge. All the key sectors logged gains, with miners and banks up 2.4% and 1.8% respectively. Travel and leisure stocks, which were hit earlier in March due to soaring energy prices, added 1.4%, with airlines such as Lufthansa and Air France climbing 2.3% each. So what are we watching for this week and today? In Australia, ASX companies trading ex-dividend include Salter Brothers Emerging Companies, Tourism Holdings, IPD Group. And there are also dividend payments today coming from IDP Education, Netwealth, Newmont, the Lottery Corporation, GQG, Peter Warren Automotive, Cuscal, Northern Star, Alcoa, Peet, Ramsay Healthcare, EQT, BHP, Ingenia, AGL, Helia and Lovisa. In the US, there are weekly initial jobless claims out today with 215,000 tipped. And that's it for today. For further developments on the local trading session, please tune in to the CommSec Market Update podcast this afternoon and, of course, the Market Close video. Have a great day.